Alright, we have our last video here before the Age of Eternity's launch, where will be a different shake up to the deck. We'll go over that on a video close to time. But I wanted to highlight this. So we have a Temur deck, and I see Risen Reef. So I'm like, oh, Temur Elementals. I love this deck. First things first, we cannot let that happen. So make sure we exile that Risen Reef. Risen Reef is insane value if you let it live. So let's see what else we can work with. Alright, so they're not playing a lot here, so we're just going to develop with the Ancient Cornucopia and hold up a Vanishing Verse if we need it. I don't want to commit. I'm assuming, yes, Company comes down. And we see a Charming Scoundrel and a Prosperous Innkeeper. So I'm going to exile the Prosperous Innkeeper because I'm assuming that must be part of its combo. Because basically, now I know this is not Elemental Tribal, I'm thinking to myself, what could this be? And the Hazard Monument reducing the cost and a Runaway Steamkin, I instantly know what this is. This is a Grinning Ignis combo deck. For those who don't know, that deck is solely built around reducing the cost of or making it neutral to constantly cast the Grinning Ignis, because it's free mana to cast it, 1 mana, bounce it back to your hand and add free mana. Oh. Reload. And we have an Unmoored Ego here. So this is going to be my clear thing. So there's Bergie. So they now have enough mana to trigger it, and a Risen Reef, so that would essentially allow them to achieve a full combo. For those who don't know what the full combo would be, it would be every time the Ignis comes in, because it's an elemental, the Risen Reef would let them draw their whole deck, possibly cast Thassa's Oracle or some massive burn spell effect. So with that in mind, what I'm doing now on my second monitor is I'm searching how to spell Grinning Ignis because my dyslexic butt cannot remember it. Because I know the card, because I've tried to play funny things with it before. So let's go with Unmoored Ego. And you'll see here me still spell it wrong. Oh no, I got it first time. Grinning Ignis. So yeah, looking through the deck. You look at the deck, cost reductions, ways to bounce, ways to make life. I'm not sure if they're conditional win con, but we're going to Unmoored Ego, take that out. And then we will force... No, we don't want to discard. So let's dig, see what we can find. And we find last card, a Clarion. Very nice. So we'll hold back here in case they can do some shenanigans. They go for the Collected Company. Bergie is such a good card. And they concede because they realize that they don't really have a way out. Now, sideboard wise, I have no idea. I'm bringing in pushes, normalize to counter, taking away the stuff that's a bit slow and bouncy. I don't think, well, I go down I keep one night because we saw the Hazard's Monument. Basically, we don't know what their sideboard plan is. They could have a crazy sideboard plan that could be like, we change out the Ignis for some kind of other Thassa's Oracle style combo. Alright, there's a Charming Scoundrel on 2, making a treasure, so they're ramping. We've got a Vanishing Verse that will hold up here. They attack in, puts us down to 16, play a land. Outwind Liberator, interesting. Well, we'll Vanishing Verse that. Because if we can get our... and we top deck an Unmoored Ego, so we go again with an Unmoored Ego, and they concede, so I guess they didn't have an alternate win condition. Good deck. Second match of the video, and seeing someone in a lower bracket with a level 1 is scary, because that usually means they're ready to level up, and, well... We're at the bottom of a bracket and we can't lose. That's me admiring those really nice sleeves. Ah, yes, Angels. So immediately...
Oh, he did.
Yeah, we do not let... Standard tribal rules. Do not let them maintain any kind of a board presence. However, this time, I want a Joshua because I want to save the Vanishing Verse for the Righteous Valkyrie that I know they always have. Oh. And there's an Inspiring Overseer, so they draw a card. Interesting. We're just drawing a lot of lands, as I would expect. I'm going to swing in because life totals matter here, and we'll Vanishing Verse. Like I said, big thing with this deck is their life total. For that reason, that card alone, Righteous Valkyrie. So let's throw down Niv.
Reload.
And we find removal and board wipe and free creatures. I might have gone a little bit too mad with creatures in this deck. This might be part of the reshuffle we do with the Edge of Eternity's lease. I think the next video on Wednesday is just going to be me talking about the version of the deck, because I don't know if I'm going to have time to record enough with it. It releases on Tuesday, and then, yeah, Bishop of Wings. Second Bishop of Wings. Okay, we need a Maelstrom Pulse, if we could find it. First things first, though, let's Vanishing Verse that.
Bye.
Play a land tapped. Play a Wandering Mind to draw a card. We find nothing. Adding to the theory that my opponent is being given, well, not given the win, but the arena shufflers might be like, come on, we got to let them have the win. They've got to rank up and want to keep them playing. Resplendent Angel makes an angel, gains them more life. There's a Maelstrom Pulse. Nice top deck. Take out the Bishop of Wings.
Oh, he did.
Right. We could... I'm going to Wandering Mind again. And another whiff. Now, you can't tell me that someone's not looking out for them there. I offered the trade with Niv because obviously it's going to be crazy, but we have 2 flying blockers to back us up. I am going to double block here. I'm actually in a rare situation here where I'm kind of considering a Joshua flip. Shock in the land. We'll swing in with Niv and see what they do with the trade. They do not let us take that. So, yeah, we'll try for a Joshua flip and see what they go for. Oh, there's a company, so let's Helix the bird.
Oh, he did.
Before they get anything crazy. Yep, they get another Resplendent Angel anyway. They don't gain enough life to go for it. Swing in for 5. They're going to get the pump here because it's got lifelink, and then an Angel's going to come in, make them more life. Right, I'm going to... What is the best way to do this? Okay, Whale of the Forgotten, I'm going to look at the top. Detention Sphere, nice. Let's Detention Sphere.
Bye.
Take away the Righteous Valkyrie. Play another Night of Autumn, gain 4 life. We're going to swing in with Niv here. Yeah, we'll swing in with Niv. We've got to police their life total and offer them the trades. On their turn, they pump the Resplendent Angel again. Swing in. It's 9 damage. I'm going to take it because now Joshua's going to flip back. And I'm going to reanimate 2 Wandering Minds, which are 2 more blockers. And since they both whiff the first time, statistically, yep, there we go. They can't whiff again. Let's take the Deafening Clarion and the Detention Sphere. Let's discard that, draw Normalize, play a Detention Sphere, take out the Angel tokens. Then we can play the Clarion and bite the board.
Oh, he did.
Swing in, gain 6, they lose 6, they're up to 21. And this is probably the greediest play. They go for a full Kyler, but...
Nope.
And they pass back, and they concede, yeah. They went for the big play with that Kyler's. I suppose, though, in their defense, they hadn't seen us play anything before that. So, standard tribal removal, more removal in. I take out Edgar, and I take out the Joshuas, because I'm assuming they're going to counterplay to Joshuas. Well, I put one in with one of them itself. The counterplay usually with Angels to bring in out the sideboard the Skyclave Apparition, which then depowers the Edgar. Okay, yeah, like this. Alright, they did not have the turn 1 play, so we're just going to play a tap land, see if we can tempt them into a... Oh no, no turn 2 play either, so we'll just hold up the push. There's a Tisana's Welcome, interesting. Well then, let's shock in and play a Wandering Mind, see what we can find. Helix, not terrible. There's a Valkyrie, so... Well, we can swing in because they can't block. Well, no, we'll hold back because they can't attack, sorry. There's a Resplendent Angel. They gain 3 life and draw a card. Play another land. Pass back. We're going to Helix that.
Oh, he did.
Stay on 21. Play a land. Play the Night of Autumn. Blow up the enchantment.
Try again.
Then we'll just pass it back. This Fatal Push gives us edge to anything they might want to do. They do swing in, so we will block here. Let that block happen. End step, we'll go for the Fatal Push.
Oh, he did.
They're going to have to company in response to try to get value out of it. This Culling Ritual.
Try again.
And we'll use the Culling Ritual mana to grab Yorion. The sole reason why I started running Gigantha in many of my decks in Commander was because I started running Culling Ritual. 3 mana, grab your companion. Alright, Vanishing Verse answers anything they've got there cleanly. Their life total is pretty well policed here. As I said, we're just going to swing in. They go for the company, and in response we will counter with Normalize. And they concede, yep, so we got that one. Normalize win twice. Alright, final match here before Edge of Eternity's shake up. And our hand is questionable, we just need to draw... I'm inclined to keep this because we have removal, but I see blue, which means Phoenix. or is it prowess? Let's be real. Is it prowess and Phoenix are interchangeable at the moment? Let's get a Garland down. See if they do anything with that. Pick like a prankster. Mills finds him an opt. Yep. My friend who runs Phoenix literally told me that he has actually cut down to 3 Phoenixes to run 4 steel cutters. That is insane to me. Like, that is like an emergency declaration if one of your established decks. Yep, they hardcast the Phoenix. So we will Detention Sphere, take away this Phoenix. Go to their turn. They play another Phoenix. We'll play another land because we're getting screwed with our mana here. Go for the Unmoored Ego. And then we'll name Corey Steelcutter. And we'll check their list. So there's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Alright. So to their turn, they have the bounce spell. And we did not draw enough to survive here. So we're pretty much dead because of the slow... yeah, we kept a greedier hand, assuming that we might be against a tempo play, not a turbo deck. But yeah, we can't... So they can swing in here, and we can Vanishing Verse.
Bye!
And Afraid, we are dead here, because they have the mana, we drew Awkward, and yeah. There's no way ultimately out of this. They can get in for lethal, do more reanimation. So, standard against Izzet Phoenix, all of these cards in. Detention Sphere will go down on this matchup because they're probably going to bring in excessive amounts of bounce because all of a sudden blue doesn't have creature bounce anymore. Blue has a thing. I was very encouraged by, if you see them talk about the problems with Corey Steelcutter in standard, they talk about how they're tired, how they talk about the problem of printing 1-drop cards that are too powerful, like cantrips and other stuff that replace themselves. But also, they have to acknowledge, like, 1 mana bounce anything on the board is way too strong. It's like, oh, but they give him a fish, and I'm like, screw off, man. Deafening Silence. Let's put the hate card in. Let's pass back. Alright, let's shock in this so we can play a veto next turn and play a second Deafening Silence. They go for a Picklock and mill 4, returning another Picklock. They play a Picklock Prankster on 1. And pass back. Okay, they're not finding lands, so let's use the Pillage the Bog. We'll get the Bring to Light. So, common misconception here. Deafening Silence is non-creature. So we can Bring to Light for non-creature to grab Niv. Alright, they could have a thing, so let's go with...
Bye!
Vanishing Verse. That was also a spell check because... Well, it would have been a spell check, but we were a bit worried that they could have a counter. There's a VV, which seems to be their counter play, so let's play a Bring to Light here. And grab our Niv Mizzet.
Reload!
Oh, Awkward did not find a way to deal with VV, but Ancient Cornucopia is going to swing it around. VV, though, is not as scary if you can't, if like it's every turn, do 1 damage, make a mana. There's a Treasure Cruise. And now they can't cast any non-creature spells. They play the land. Pass it back. Discard, discard. Okay, Ancient Cornucopia. So now every spell we cast is 2 life. Swing in for Niv. Down to 6. We are not going to grab the Yorion. We are just going to play it out here. Wait for them. They play an Arclight. We'll go for No More Lies.
Nope.
Force them to use all of their mana and have a VV activation to pay for it. That's fine. Puts us down to 11. So we start with a Vanishing Verse on the Phoenix.
Bye!
Play a land tapped. Swing in for 6. Puts them down to 8. Play a land. They're looking at a VV activation here. What are they going for? There's a Treasure Cruise. So we're just going to use the counter.
Nope.
Can't use that. It's countered. They can activate VV here to play another Arclight Phoenix, and then play a Picklock Prankster. They're trying to put aggro on us. Right, time to seal the nail in the coffin. Bring to light and grab our boy Supreme, which is basically Izzet Phoenix cannot kill this card. And now we have access to every counterspell and other spell we had, so we just swing in for 8. They take it, totally fine. Here's the problem. Anything they try to do here, we have counterplay, we can gain life at instant speed, so it's pretty much locked. So, oh, they drew the third Phoenix. Hard casting another Phoenix. And they cast another Phoenix. That's pretty cool. So we'll let that go in case they have a non-creature spell they want to cast. They could have like a Treasure Cruise. So they let that go. So let's start with Vanishing Verse on one of the Phoenixes. Gain 2 life.
Bye.
Then on our turn, we can Vanishing Verse. We can swing in. See what they do. So I'm going to offer the trade here, because we can jumpstart. And look at that. Look at the AI switch-jucking that around, trying to be like, no, don't get rid of the Phoenixes. We want this player to win. They spent wild cards.
Bye.
We'll exile that. Yeah, you can't tell me like the way that joked around like it wasn't going to hit them. We pass back with 2 counter spells up. So they're going to go for a Treasure Cruise here, and we'll counter that so they can't draw. Oh no, we did not counter it. Oh no, we can't jumpstart. Duh. Alright, well, we'll go in. They activate and pass back. I get no idea what they were doing there. Right. Detention Sphere in. Detention Sphere out. We'll bring in a Verdict and a Culling Ritual, because we'll take out the Edgar and one of the Joshuas. They are going to go Mega Bounce now. For those of you who don't know, the sideboard of Phoenix, which you're familiar with, Brazen Borrowers, additional copies of the Phoenix Bounce spell. Right, we don't have anything here, but we're going to keep this because I'm hoping that our opponent has kept a 7 based on the strength of literally just being able to stop our sideboard card. So what we can do here is play a tap land, pass back. Nothing out of them, so we'll play a land, pass back. We'll let them opt. Okay. They go for Scori Steelcutter. We go for the counter, but of course they have the Spell Pierce. But that means now they can't activate the Scori Steelcutter, and we draw a Vanishing Verse.
Bye.
So we can get rid of that. Then we pass back. They're up to 4 mana and play an Artist Talent. Our deck is really trying hard to give it to the opponent. We've given us nothing but lands. So we'll hold at 4 mana. The great thing here is, because we can cycle, the arena is pausing for us, which makes our opponent believe we have potential actions we could take. So they just go for a tick down here thinking we have something, so we'll just cycle. And yeah, we'll look at all this and be like, yep, sure.
Reload.
Alright, we get 3 cards out of that reload. We'll see what our opponent passes back to. There's a Sleight of Hand. Ditching a Flood more means they must have more bounce spells. Scori Steelcutter, they can't activate now. There's a Phoenix in the bin. Alright, they pass back. So let's shock in. I'm going to play the Wandering Mind here. See what we can find. Helix is another good shout if they get a Phoenix off. So let's attack in, put pressure on them. Brazen Borrower, as expected. So we'll counter that.
Nope.
Discard and draw. Finding a second Brazen Borrower, as of course they do. Right, pass through the opponent. We're on 16 life here. We are in danger. So there's a Brazen Borrower and a Consider. We need to save every point here. They just got a Spell Pierce. They did have a counter. So the veto was a good shout. So let's block. Right, on our turn, we'll play a land tapped, and we will... They're tapped out, so I think our best bet here is we could... Yeah. We redeploy a Niv here.
Reload.
We find a board wipe and 3 other cards. So let's get rid of Emmet Selk and this additional land. We don't want to give him access to anything that could die to a lightning axe, because it could give him an insane hand. Second steel cutter, so we could literally just die from 14 here, because, you know, Corey Steel Cutter is a balanced and well-adjusted magic card. Alright, sleight of hand, making a ton of monks, and passing the turn. They go fully in. We have to block the monk here. I do, because if they could cantrip 2 more times, it's a lethal attack. Because yeah, that's balanced. Yep. Why is it prowess monks, dude? It should just have been 1/1 monks. There's a lightning axe making another phoenix. Niv dies and we go down to 3. So play our land for turn. Bring to light here to grab the culling ritual.
Try again.
That kills things, giving us 5 mana. So basically, we need to Helix here, kill that.
Oh, he did.
Grab the Yorion. Now, if they can cantrip 3 spells together, we were dead. But unfortunately, they just have the VV, so immediately board wipe.
Oh, he did.
Then we will play the Deafening Silence to slow them down because they're empty-handed, and go to grab the Cornucopia. Oh, in my testing for the deck I'm gonna make, I was thinking of cutting Cornucopia, but after watching this game again, I can't do it.
Reload.
We gain up to 11 life here, grab a ton of cards, pass back, they're down to 16. We'll discard the second Supreme Verdict. We're not going to board wipe now, we have the better position here. They go for a Treasure Cruise. They have 4 mana to cast a creature if they drew one. Play a land down to 5. Right, shock in down to 9. Swing in with the team, putting it down to 8. Play the Yorion, gain 2 more life, go back up to 11. Blink our board to draw more cards. We still have a non-creature spell, but then just for the hell of it, because we realize how much mana we have, play the Knight of Autumn to gain more life. Niv will re-enter, give us more. We'll take the Bring to Light off the Wandering Mind and grab more counter spells, and then we pass it back. They go for Odawara to bounce the Deafening Silence, but they have 2 cards in hand now, and we could literally just counter one of them. So yeah, we do that. We're going to counter this one, gain 2 life.
Nope.
So now even if they can chain together 3 spells here, which they could with the Treasure Cruise and finding another one, we have, as they can see in our hands, we have 3 removal spells to take out every blocker they have and kill them. So I give them the GG and let them pass. It was a premature GG, but I was really mad because they were playing so slow.